we're here today to talk about cats getting sick. In a cafe setting like this, or in any kind of place where all the cats are together, just kind of like a daycare with kids, if one kid gets sick, all the kids get sick. So here, it kind of works the same way. When one cat gets a cold, it seems that all the cats get a cold, or at least a few others, usually not all of them, but it does spread really fast. So we wanted to go over some things to know and to look out for when you think your cat is sick, or if you adopt, what could happen when you bring them home. Sometimes they get sick due to stress, so we just wanted to go over a few things.
I will talk about when I first took home Rambo. I was probably really annoying because I was texting Melanie nonstop. This is before I worked here too. And I was texting her nonstop Rambo is coughing, he's wheezing, what if he has asthma? I was like, is this normal? Is this okay? So I totally understand that if you're adopting a cat and they come home with, coughing or hairball issues, you're gonna be a little concerned. And I'm here to say I lived through it, and
you will too.
Yeah, and it's fine. I mean, it is a little nerve-wracking at first, but you will start to learn your pet, and don't freak out and think that they're dead immediately as soon as they start coughing, even though I still kind of do that.
Sometimes just the stress of moving, even if they don't seem stressed out or if they seem fine, they do experience stress. They just don't show it the same way everyone else does. So just the stress of moving from one place to another can make them a little bit sick, or things in your home like new allergens, the new environment in itself. They just need to get used to it. So their immune system has to build up, or they might have an allergy, but usually all that stuff passes after some time.
It's also not immediate, so if your cat's home for a day or two and then suddenly their eyes get a little watery, don't freak out. Just take a deep breath, text us if you want, call. They're probably just a little nervous with their change, or maybe it's a different kind of litter or food that they're not used to. So
well, that's exactly what happened with Rambo. It took a couple days, and I was like, uh-oh, what's going on with him? His eyes were watering and everything. And for him, I didn't take him to the vet. It was kind of a cold that, or an upper respiratory thing that over time, a week or two maybe, it just cleared itself. So,
yeah, most cat colds will clear up on their own. If you see it getting really bad, or they're not getting better, or if it's getting worse, they're not eating and their eyes are completely, closed, you'll know if your cat is really feeling horrible and when to take them to the vet. But most cat colds will pass, within a week on its own.
So for us here, it's a little bit different because, like we said, when one cat gets sick, all of the others tend to get sick too. So we are more so on top of it here with medications and stuff, and we're going to show you how we administer medications if it gets to the point that you have to do it with your cat at home. Your vet should tell you about this, but I know with COVID, a lot of people can't go into the offices right now. So if you need that extra guide and a visual on how to give and administer medications, here you are.
So here I am one night prepping some oral medication for one of our cats who has a cold. We try to nip it at the bud so that he doesn't get everyone else sick and that he heals as fast as possible. So here he is. He just woke up from a little nap, and what I like to do before administering any medication is I like to pet them and let them know that they are safe rather than just scruffing them and shoving a syringe down their throat. I give them lots of pets and let them know that it is okay. And then once I earn their trust, then I go ahead and I do scruff and try to tilt their head back a little bit as I push the syringe down their throat, enough so that they are consuming the medication and not all the way down their throat that they're choking. It should only be touching their tongue pretty much.
This is Salem. She's a little baby who just got to us, and she's got a little resolving eye infection. It looks like a little cataract. So it most likely was an untreated eye infection that left a little scarring. We're gonna fix her. She's a little scared right now, so it might be a little more difficult to do her medications, but all she gets is eye drops, which is probably the easiest medication to do. Sometimes if they're scared or freaking out and you hold their scruff, you feel like you're being mean, but you're not, and it just kind of freezes them.
2?
So she gets 2 drops 3 times a day. Good girl.
Good job, Mama.
And that's it. You did it.
You're a pro.
So right now we have Gucci. He is our diabetic cat. We used to have Jasper too. So right now we have Gucci, and we're learning a lot about diabetes with him. We learned he was in the hospital for a while, and then he was also with the rescue for a while, so they were able to figure out what amount of insulin he needs in the morning and then at night. So he's right now in his maintenance phase, so he's regulated really well, but we do still check his blood sugar every week. So we'll do it once a week just to make sure everything's, you know, the insulin's working the way it's supposed to, and he's still in his proper levels. So we'll do it once a week in the morning. We don't want to check someone's blood glucose right after they eat because then it'll be really high. So we'll do it as soon as we get in, once a week, and just make sure he's staying, you know, pretty even with the numbers.
Here's our Gucci getting his little paw pricked so that we can check his blood sugar levels for the week and make sure that he is still in the maintenance phase.
And is that healthy?
That's great.
Awesome.
So once we're sure that the amount of insulin that we're administering for Gucci is the correct number, we go ahead and we give him insulin twice a day, 12 hours apart, so every morning and every night with food. It is so important that if you have a cat that has diabetes, that when you are giving them their medication, it is consistent and it is exactly 12 hours apart, consistent at the same times every single day. You just want them to never have any complications because diabetes can be rough. If you are looking into adoption and see that a cat has diabetes, please don't disregard them because they do also deserve a home just like everyone else, and it is a little bit of extra work, but once you get into a routine, it really isn't. It really feels like nothing and it becomes part of your daily lives. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope it was helpful, especially if you just realized that you have to start giving your cat any sort of medication. It's not as overwhelming as it may seem, and just be patient, take your time, and give them lots of love and pets, and everything will be okay.